Fuel economy. It's been a little bit thirsty, so that's why for this last run they've just taken a little bit more fuel on they initially thought.
WPS safety car is off. We are ready to race to the end of the Super Cheap Auto 1000. Who will win? Back to green. Scape is your race leader.
Mark didn't play any games there at the restart. They've been expressly instructed by the race director not to get too cute when it comes to the restarts. They'll actually look at the data later to make sure you weren't jumping on the brakes to try to trigger a little chaos down through the field.
Greg Murphy made very quick work of Mark Porter there. Got through, and he's now focused on Ellery. Richards is right with Scape. This is an unbelievable drive from Jason Richards. Ellery is third. Now Murphy needs to get by that WPS Falcon, and Richards is giving Scape the big hurry up.
Yeah, there's no doubt that for whatever reason in the early phase of these restarts, the HRT car is not quite comfortable in its... Ambrose has had a massive shunt. Ambrose has had a massive shunt. So Greg Murphy's involved. More cars. The track is jammed. The track is jammed.
Can you believe that? That was huge. And look at this. The track completely blocked.
Okay there, mate?
It could be game over. It could be Mark Scape's victory. We have passed the 75% distance. What will this man do? What will the race director Tim Schenken do?
And how did that happen? More to the point. Greg Murphy's tangled up with it.
Cars are getting through. Cars are getting through. They may not red flag it.
Murphy is out of the car. Ambrose stepping from the car. Did these two tangle? And watch this. Look at these guys.
It's on.
Murphy and Ambrose. These two do not like each other, and they are going to have some serious words. Look at this. They are two heated men. They are two heated competitors. Can you believe this Super Cheap Auto 1000 has ended like this? Well, it's not over yet. And that tells you the story. They did collide.
And the leaders can laugh themselves home at all this. What a day for these guys. And how much work do they have to do to get that car turned around before the next event on the Gold Coast? Now, can cars get through, or do they have to red flag this race?
If that Valvoline Cummins car can get fired up.
Look at this, massive damage on the Orcon. I don't know that they're going to get through there. That's what Tim's asking for. Race director Tim Schenken, is there a path through? He's got to make a judgment call.
Car number 2 behind safety car.
Yep.
Colin Bond, Steve Priest there in the black jacket.
There is now a path through.
But it's covered in carbon fibre, metal, bits of glass. Look at that car of Marcus Ambrose. It is smashed.
Matt Halliday in the Orcon Falcon back there. Looks on.
Oh. Halliday had a great run just recently in the A1 Grand Prix opener at Brands Hatch for Team New Zealand.
And he's off to Portugal this coming Friday.
Here's the replay. What happens here? Here's the leaders. You've got to look at the corner of the frame as the cars head up to the cutting. Oh, big trouble between Ambrose and Murphy.
Ambrose was sideways on the exit of Griffin's. And look at that. They were coming up, they were almost side by side. Ambrose perhaps...
I tell you what, he went so close to climbing
over
that wall and actually getting out into the bush there. Goodness me. And you know, where are we? Lap 145. It's a 161 lap race. It's going to take a long time to clean all this up.
We're in the Super Cheap bunker, guys, and we've just tracked down Key's wheel. Obviously, the replay Keys. We'll watch this one.
I tell you what.
Watch your take there, boys, and we'll come to Key shortly.
Well, there was contact from behind. That was a nasty incident.
I need to see that again to focus on it, but it looked like Greg tagged the left rear of Ambrose's car.
This is Ambrose on board.
Yeah, that won't tell us much. It tells us what happened after it. We need to know what triggered it.
And Ambrose is saying, what was that all about? Here it is again, from above. Ambrose, oh, there's a contact there.
Oh, I see. There was something a little earlier that started it all.
That's why I said it. Ambrose was a little sideways coming off Griffins.
Well, this is an interesting one because this gets back down to the debate that's been going on all year about racing room, about car position. There's no way I'm going to try and call that one because there was more to it. As they went through turn 2, there was some touching between those two cars. And so this will certainly challenge the IPO, Peter Wallerman, and the DSO, Colin Bond. It'll take a while to unravel that one.
And what championship implications does that have? Greg?
Keys Wheel, this is not the way you wanted it to end. It was a good fight by this team. What's your take on it now that you've seen replays?
Oh, well, it's a bit of a hard one, really. I'm certainly not going to get on TV and accuse the driver. It looks like a bit of an incident there, but it's hard to say. I know we've watched the footage a couple of times there, and it is hard to say. They're both professional drivers. And
did Greg say anything on the radio at all?
No, he didn't. We haven't spoken to Greg at all. So the footage shows what it is, and we don't want to comment and start bagging people. We're here to do the business, so unfortunately it's not our day.
Thanks, Keys.
And talking about the championship, the leader, Marcus Ambrose, is now out of the race. 3rd place, Stephen Richards went out early. 4th place, Craig Lowndes is way down the order in 20th place. This championship is wide open, and there are severely damaged race cars out there.
I should explain those acronyms I rattled through before. The IPO is the Investigating and Prosecuting Officer, the umpire, if you like, in V8 supercar racing. Peter Wallerman's his name. He's been around for a long time. He knows and understands motor racing. He's been a steward in the past, so he will look at this, and if it's complex enough, he can ask the advice of Colin Bond, former champion, for his input. He's the driving standards observer, and it can be referred to the stewards of the meeting for them to have a closer look. They'll take on data from the cars, replays from Network 10, and the onboard cameras that TIGA, the Touring Car Entrance Group of Australia, provide.
Guys, we'll try and get hold of Marcus Ambrose when he gets back to the pits here and find out his view on it. But before this race even started this weekend, he or Ross Stone mentioned that their plan